Good afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday. Got a little bonus for you here. So if you're missing the live broadcast, I will post this on the social media so you can refer back to it if you're somebody that wants to practice some of this stuff. Today we have toes to bar. Okay, toes to bar drills, and then we'll eventually make our way to actual toes to bar if you have the means from which to hang. So I got my pull-up bar back here. If you have a tree somewhere or a post somewhere you can do toes to bar, great. Even if you don't, you can do all the drills up until the point at the end where we actually get to that. So some toes to bar drills here, because that's something that we haven't got to work on a ton of since we've been out of the gym. Goals for today: core midline activation. Okay, that's really for any time we're doing anything in CrossFit. It is a goal. So core midline activation. Number 2 is going to be comfort in those hollow and Superman positions. Okay, so comfort in once you get activated, comfort in that position, being able to know what that feels like. Hey, am I engaged? Am I not? So you can kind of do a self check and make sure you're good to go for whatever movement it is that you're going to do. Today it's toes to bar. And then kipping rhythm. Okay, by the end, again, once we flip up from the ground and we go to the bar, getting used to that kipping rhythm and comfort in that. And we'll do a drill that really makes sure that I like a lot, that really makes sure that you have control over that movement. We've done in class before, we've done the go and then the stop. This one's going to be similar as far as control goes, but a little bit of a different feel. I'm excited to introduce it. We're going to start with some mobility, just make sure those hip flexors and abs are stretched out, ready to go. We'll do 5 different drills. 3 of them are on the ground, and then 2 of them are on the pull-up bar once we start. Cool? So the first thing, without further ado, let's get it started. Let me point my camera down so you can see me as I direct you. All right, I'll get my clock going here. First thing we're going to do is the hip flexor stretch, taking a knee, carrying the hip forward, opening up that front side right here. Hip flexors and low back. Sorry, not low back. Hip flexors and abs. Sorry, I'm starting my clock. More time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're holding this 45 seconds. We'll say we already started a second ago. We'll go until this clock says 30 here. 15, right? 10-second countdown. If you need to, of course, reach behind you, opposite hand, opposite toe. So I have my right foot on the ground, reaching behind me with my left hand, pulling, quad and hip flexor stretch. Again, that's the goal. 30 seconds in, 15 seconds left. It was a beautiful day, so I figured I'd wear my Wadapalooza bright pants, bright shorts, whatever. Release that if you haven't. Flip sides, left knee down, opening up this side, starting now, 45-second hold. Again, grab opposite hand, opposite toe if you want. Oh, 20 seconds. Good, release that. To your push-up position on the ground, just lift the chest, go a couple sets of 15 seconds on a seal stretch here. Make sure those abs are ready to go. And down. Rest for a second. If you want to move the hands back, you can. Make that stretch a little bit tighter. Go for it. Boom. Oh, yeah. Good. Just going to a child's pose. I always like to counteract those seal stretches with this because that's a lot of tightness you put on the low back. So just counteract that with a little 15-second child's pose here. You're going to flip over onto your back. I want you guys to lay flat. Bring one knee to your chest. You can grab the shin or the knee, doesn't matter. But knee to the chest, just holding this. 20 seconds starting now. Almost there. That's 15. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Oh, need a chest. Oh, it feels great. 5 seconds. 2, 1, release, and then back to, guys, back to that original stretch we did before hip flex. Let's see if we can't sink in a little bit more to it than we were before, all right? Holding this time just 30 seconds instead of 45, okay? So start at 310. We'll go until it says 340. Good, almost home. And switch. Forward. 30-second hold. 43 to 113 here on my clock. In 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, beautiful. So have a seat on your mat or on your floor, wherever you're at. If you've noticed, since we've been going online with this stuff, a lot of these bonus sessions, skill sessions, for somebody that's tuned into a lot of those, we've been building on some of these. So I think a couple weeks ago, Keith did hollow specific. Okay, so it was just hollow position. How do we make that hollow position perfect, right? He did 30 minutes on it. It was beautiful, okay? Then I did a core session, okay, where we took that position and we applied it dynamically, and we were doing a bunch of different stuff, getting used to blowing, part of it was blowing the abs up, and the other part of it was just getting comfort. Remember one of those goals for the session, I said comfort and with that midline stabilization. Now we're gonna take some of those things and apply it to another movement, okay, which would be toes to bar. So you can see how we're stacking the deck on you and building it in a way that progresses you on the skill stuff, okay? So some of these drills might be familiar. That's on purpose. Hopefully they do seem familiar, so that way we can jump right in and not spend too much time, right? So the first drill we're gonna do, hollow body opener. Basically, hollow body finder is another way to put it. So what you're gonna do, lay flat on your back. You're gonna raise your legs as high as you can go, as straight as you can go. From here, you're going to take your shoulders, lift them off the ground, hands as high as they can go first, and then out as far as they can go. Think about like a string tied to your fingers on the other side of the wall, and somebody's pulling your fingers forward, okay? What you're gonna do first, we're gonna do 3 openers. We're gonna do an opener where we go just upper body, then we're gonna go just lower body, then we're gonna do both at the same time to get that true hollow, right? So I'm here, all I'm gonna do is keep my feet up, hands behind, reaching behind me. I'm going to act like I'm going to grab my imaginary pull-up bar back here and hold, okay? Chest should be off the ground, abs tight. All right? Good, come back. From here, lay the feet down, squeeze the quads as hard as you can, but also this is still tight like it was before, okay? Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, feet together, toes pointed about 5-6 inches off the ground, back to the top. And then we're going to do another 8 count, but this time both sides coming undone. 8, 7, 6, squeeze, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. And relax, beautiful. That is my hollow position, okay? What's going on out here? Sounds like, oh, never mind. Somebody's doing yard work. Sound like a animal's loose in the yard. All right. So hopefully that position feels good. Give yourself a rest. If you want to stretch the abs out again real quick, we're going to do that one more time, but with a 5-second open this time. Yeah. So if you're ready, make sure you get a 5-second count this time. Starting up, squeezing the quads, squeezing the belly tight, hands forward, open up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once we get there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Moving on. All right, that is drill number 1. Again, with that position, like I mentioned, squeezing quads, feet together, toes pointed. Belly's always tight, right? Shoulder blades always off the ground. At the top, we're not just like hands wherever they want to be. We are simulating what it's like to have that pull-up grip. So when the hands go too wide, we never do a toes to bar pull-up this wide, right? We're over the head, okay? You're by the biceps as if we were hanging from the pull-up bar. Cool? So the next one, pike over. I really like this drill because I'm not very good at it. In fact, the next two drills I'm not very good at. So it's good work for me too. All right? Pike over. What you're going to do is you notice I have a little dumbbell here. You could have your shoe. You could have anything that's just not too high. I mean, this is what, 3 or 4 inches off the ground. That's perfect. If you're a little better at these, if you have great mobility and flexion through the quads and your core, then you can grab something a little bit higher, but it doesn't have to be that high, okay? Just a dumbbell will work. I'm sitting on the ground. First thing I'm going to do is actually like center up. So I'm going to straddle the dumbbell, and then I'm going to just swing my legs over to one side. I don't want to be pointed one way or the other. Okay, I'm centered up, and then I bring my feet over. Okay, pike over. Couple of the same things we just talked about apply. Feet together, toes pointed. Right. My hands are going to be outside of shoulder width. I'm going to place them on the ground. I'm going to, as much as I can, lean over my quads. Right. If you're not as good at these like I am, you're going to find that your body naturally wants to lean back. But fight that urge as much as you can. Keep those shoulders kind of forward. Okay? What I'm going to do is lift my legs up and over, tap my heels on the ground, and bring them back. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this 6 times. Okay? So I'm here, taking my hands, pressing through the floor, squeezing the belly tight, squeezing the quads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and return. Good, just like that. All right. What you can do to make this a little bit harder is start from further outside and bring it in a wider range of motion. So now I'll start out here, right, and come that way. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do 3 sets of 6. Really, 3 sets of 12, but I'm counting 1 on each side as 1. Right. So let's go 3 sets of 6 here, back and forth. Try to get a little bit wider and greater with your range of motion on each set. Okay, I'll lead you to it. 3 sets of 6. We've already done 1. Lower abs should really feel that pinch. If you're squeezing hard enough, you should feel that pinch. Woo. Give yourself a break. We'll do 1 more. Start way out there and try to go way high with this one. Man, you do this right. Some of my calves started cramping. At least I was squeezing. Okay, that's my check-in with myself to know I was doing it properly, right? When you get done with 3, just come to a resting position here on the ground. Doesn't have to be, don't have to rush or anything. This next one, I'm going to be the worst at. I'll admit that straight up, but that's why we're sitting here doing it, right? It is called a straddle up, all right? So I'm going to go as wide as I can with the feet. I'll try to turn sideways so I don't give you guys a view. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm turning sideways here. I have my wide straddle position. I have dark shoes on, so you can tell, but I'm going to point the toes as much as I can. Again, I'm going to fight to keep my shoulders as much over my torso, the rest of my torso and in front of my quads as I can, okay? This one's a little bit tougher for me. I really have that tendency to lean back, so that's something I'm going to take note of here and try to prevent. What I'm doing is lifting both feet up and then both feet back down. If you do this right, you're going to try to keep your feet or your heels off the ground the entire time. Okay, very, very tough, a lot easier said than done. Really going to feel it in the quads here as they do much of the heavy lifting, right? So my hands are now inside my legs, whereas before they were outside. I'm inside my legs. I'm going to press through my hands, feet together, toes pointed, try to lift my leg up, and then back down as best I can without touching the heels. Okay, we're going to do this 8 times. So I'll show you first, and then we're going to do 3 sets of 8. Here we go. First set, just up and down. Doesn't have to be crazy high. I'm already quad cramping. That's how you know it's good. I got 3 left to finish. Oh, yeah. In between sets, you want to come over and hit that quad hip flexor stretch. That's why we did it. Was in preparation for this drill right here. A little counter action there. I already cramped up on set 1. All right, 3 sets of 8 there on those straddle ups. I think what I'm going to do to make it a little easier, okay? Even coaches can do the scaled or modified version too, right? I'm going to grab onto this weight. Okay, hopefully that keeps me a little more anchored over the top. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That quad stretch again. It's no joke. Again, taking your time with this. This is the last one we'll do on the ground before we make our way over to the pull-up bar. Okay, if you do not have a pull-up bar handy, all right, or a place to do toes to bar, keep watching, but just kind of make a mental note. Okay, make a mental note of these drills, and you can do some like hollow rocks or hollow position stuff while we're doing this, and you're taking note of it. Okay. One more set on the straddle ups. Hopefully you're not cramping like I'm cramping. Wouldn't wish that on my, well, I might wish it on my worst enemy, but not my regular enemies. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Toes pointed. Oh. All right, I didn't cramp that time, so that's a victory. Okay. Good stuff, guys. All right. Coming back over. Nice and sweaty already, just a skill session. So drill number 4 is going to be a kip on the bar. So we're taking that hollow position that we've tried to really perfect over the last couple of weeks, and we're going to put it into motion, right? We're going to start from a dead hang. Wow, I'm sweaty. It's gross, kind of. Yeah, we're going to start from a dead hang. We're not going to lean back or toss ourselves back, but what we're going to do is move through the shoulders, move through the midline, and press forward, and then go back, okay? Us going back is a result into that hollow position is a result of our momentum, but not necessarily out of control momentum. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of talking in circles, but it'll make more sense when we get on the bar. What we're going to do first is just a regular set of 6 kipping swings, and we're going to do that twice. The second thing we're going to do is going to be from the kipping swing, or start with a regular swing, and then on like rep 2 or 3, we're going to bring the feet up a little bit. It's going to be like hands on a clock. Then we're going to go up to about halfway, and then we're going to go up to 3/4 of the way, and then we're going to do a full toes to bar, and then we're also going to go back down. So it's going to be 6 to 8 reps total as we go from regular kipping swing to full toes to bar. If you can't quite make it to that full toes to bar, that's okay. You're going to go to where you fall on the line on the hands of the clock. You're going to do one more at that top section, and you're going to bring it down. Okay, so wherever you're at, even if it's not full toes to bar, you're working your way up as high as you can go, and then you're coming back down as high as you can go. Okay, so we'll do 2 sets of 6 regular, and then 2 sets of the hands on the clock drill. Okay, going to look like this. Let me get a little chalk so I don't embarrass myself and end up on a CrossFit fails video. Here we go. So kipping swing, feet together, toes pointed, squeezing through the quads, squeezing through the abs, hands above, just like we talked about on the ground, back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 6. Perfect. And just like that. Remember, you are dead hanging here. Okay, we're not engaged and like rigid and back and forth. You're relaxed, letting that core move you here. Okay. Second set. Good. Again, so the next one, if you're confused, if I explained that hands on the clock drill a little bit weird, don't worry, just watch what I'm talking about. I'm going to do my first set here, then you're going to hit 2 sets as well, okay? So I start with a kip, I work my way up, 1/4 of the way, halfway, 3/4, full, I hit a second rep full, and then I work my way back down. It's gonna look like this, okay? Kip, quarter, half, 3/4, all the way up, 3/4, halfway, quarter of the way, kip, and I'm back down, okay? So being able to do that drill and to flow seamlessly from one movement or one height of the legs to the next shows control. I want you to work on that. Again, if you can't make it all the way to toes to bar without losing that kip, go to where you can go, repeat the highest you can go, and then work your way back down. We're doing 2 sets of that. Here we go. My second set here. Good stuff. So let you guys wrap that up before we move on to our final deal here. So if you're still working, that's okay. And just listen and join us when you're done. Drill 5 is just going to be regular toes to bar. I want to do 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Again, take it up to as high as you just did that last drill, and that's the height we're going to shoot for, okay? Hopefully straight legs here. I know a lot of times we'll do like a knee tuck or a knee raise. If you can here, let's try to go feet straight out in front or legs straight out in front with this, just to truly mimic toes to bar, right? You'll notice on these, when I do these, I'm not the best example of like keeping the legs completely straight. I actually kind of go with like a half bend on the way up and then kick the toes to the top. I know that I do that in WODs, but for the purpose of the drills today, 6 to 8 reps is not a lot of reps for me. So I'm going to really try to keep my legs as straight as I can and get better on that front and try to create a new good habit, right? So, no matter where you guys are at, experience-wise or ability-wise, there's always stuff you can work on, right? Even the guy teaching the class. And so for me, that's my goal here, is to keep my legs as straight as I can. Cool. So 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps on a toes to bar. Let me know how it goes. Okay. I don't know who's in the room right now, but whoever's doing this, if you want to send me a video to critique or whatever, do that either on Instagram or text. I'll put my number here in the comments or on the Facebook page. Okay. Here we go. 3 sets of 6 to 8 toes to bar. Take your time between. Let that grip recover. Not bad for my first one. One thing I like to do, and I cannot speak for, your true gymnasts or your gymnast specialist coaches that are in CrossFit, but what I like to do when I start losing my grip is I take these knuckles back here and I think I need to point those to the sky. Okay, so my grip is really like, I try to make it, so I'm kind of like pointed, at least in my head I am. I'm trying to think these back knuckles here are pointed to the sky. So I have more of that iron grip on the pull-up bar versus I'm slipping and now I'm in my fingertips and it's these top knuckles that are facing the sky, right? So really anchor in there. Same thing as kettlebell swings. When you're doing heavy kettlebell swings, you're really trying to control that kettlebell, kind of that cocked wrist forward. Same deal, except we're pointing to the sky. Second set for me. Kind of alluded to it when I was talking about my straight legs and stuff, but we want to hinge at the hip, not at the knee and not at the ankle, right? That knee and ankle position should be locked in. What's happening is I'm hinging from this joint right here, especially in the back, same deal. What I'm not doing is trying to gather momentum in the back by bending my knee and getting that big kick. It's a kip, not a kick, right? So I'm here with straight legs as much as I can versus there, right? Hinge at the hip. That's what we mean when we say that. I got one more set. Make it a good one here. That wasn't bad for me. That was kind of fun. All right. Hey, so if you're still finishing up, that's cool. Just want to talk about a couple things here. Again, our goals today were core midline activation, comfort in that position, and then kipping rhythm, okay? So I think drill number 4 really honed in on that kipping rhythm, right? The control and kind of the confidence in that position, because you had to control how high you were going, but the back of that movement should have always looked the same. The return on that movement should always look the same. So that is a drill that you can continue to do to build confidence in the kip, number 1, and then control in the actual toes to bar movement, number 2, okay? Drills 1 through 3, that was all activation. So that's kind of some stuff you can do if you know you're somebody that gets tight in the quads, you cramp up, your abs start to go after a certain amount of toes to bar in a workout, whether it's like 25 or 50, whatever your number is, your abs start to go. Drills 1, 2, and 3 are something you can do before toes to bar workouts, before class or whatever, to really kind of lock in and get those muscles firing before class starts. And then drill 5 obviously is just toes to bar. Okay, mix those in every couple of days. 3 to 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps just to keep fresh with it. Okay, for those of you lucky enough to have a pull-up bar, mix a few of those in every now and again, because they're not always going to be in the programming, especially right now with everything going on. We're trying to hit more general movements. So if you're lucky enough to have a tree branch or a pull-up bar to hang from, practice some of these little sets, right? That's all I got for you. Hit me up personally if you want me to critique a video or whatever. And keep getting after it, guys. Love bringing you these videos. I am back on at 5 p.m. for the No Equipment WOD. Maybe see you there. If not, have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out.